par l'équipe technique qui a mené l'étude. Une séance de questions-réponses que l'on veut très interactive avec vous, chers participants, devrait permettre de clarifier et d'approfondir la compréhension et aussi de discuter sur les perspectives et les prochaines étapes pour assurer une amélioration continue de la collecte des données dans le secteur de l'efficacité énergétique. Et bien sûr, nous terminerons ce webinaire par les mots de clôture des directeurs exécutifs des deux institutions. Mais avant de passer aux allocutions d'ouverture, j'aimerais juste rappeler le caractère inédit de ce rapport sur l'efficacité énergétique dans les États membres de la CEDEAO, tant dans son contenu que dans la méthodologie d'élaboration, car c'est le résultat d'efforts collectifs des équipes de l'ECREEE, de AFREC et des États membres. Ce rapport est la première publication régionale exclusivement consacrée à ce sujet et il fournit une évaluation approfondie du paysage de l'efficacité énergétique en mettant l'accent sur le secteur résidentiel. Il s'agit d'un outil d'aide à la décision et de cadre de référence pour les gouvernements, les institutions régionales ainsi que les partenaires au développement dans leurs efforts pour l'atteinte des objectifs de développement durable. Sans plus tarder, accueillons ensemble M. Jean-Francis Saint-Poré, directeur exécutif de ECREEE, pour son allocution d'ouverture. Monsieur le directeur exécutif.
Bonjour, cher modérateur, merci de me donner la parole. Monsieur le directeur exécutif de l'AFREC, chers invités, chers participants, chers partenaires, madame et messieurs, caros participantes, caros convidados, dear executive director of AFREC, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today we mark a milestone in our commitment to a sustainable energy future in the ECOWAS region. What we launched of the first regional report dedicated solely to energy efficiency in the ECOWAS member states. The report spent the period between 2018 2022, revealing where we stand, what we have achieved, and where urgent action is needed. It shows that the resident sector, our homes and communities remain central to our energy transformation. Energy efficiency is not optional. It's a strategic imperative. It reflects how we reduce costs, improve competitiveness, protect our environment, and secure prosperity for future generations. We've made progress. New policies, stronger regulation, but challenge persists. Financing gap, low execution of strategy, and the need for stronger capacity and several key energy efficiency targets in the ECOWAS region remain unmet. These are not obstacles, but urgent calls to action. This report serves as a roadmap for achieving the ECOWAS energy efficiency policy target, the ECOWAS Vision 2050, and SDG 7. It's a call for every stakeholder, government, private sector, partners, and civil society to join forces and act decisively. We have deep gratitude to AFREC, UMOA, UNIDO, GRZ, and other partners for their available support, and to our national focal point for delivering credible, harmonious data, without which the milestone could not have been possible. Importantly, this marks the beginning of a series of publications that will extend our key sectors: industry, services, transport, strengthening our regional energy governance and planning capacity. Ladies and gentlemen, let's turn this insight into action. Let's make efficiency the heartbeat of Africa energy future. The time is now, and the responsibility is ours. Once again, I want to reiterate my thanks to the Director of Executive of AFREC, dear colleague. Thanks for your support. Thanks your team for the good collaboration. Mesdames et messieurs les participants, merci d'avoir pris votre temps pour participer à ce webinaire d'une importance capitale pour la région de la CEDEAO. Merci pour vos efforts. Nous restons disponibles pour améliorer l'action de l'énergie durable à travers l'efficacité énergétique en Afrique de l'Ouest. Et je voudrais vous convier tous et toutes les 18 et 19 septembre prochains à Banjul pour célébrer l'énergie durable à travers la 10e édition du Forum pour l'énergie durable de la CEDEAO. Vous êtes les bienvenus. See you soon to Banjul for the 10th edition of the ECOWAS Sustainable Energy Forum, 18 and 19 at the International Center, State Jawara, at the Banjul, the Gambia. Thanks all and good webinar. Muito obrigado.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Francis Imporé, directeur exécutif de ECREEE, pour son mot d'ouverture. Maintenant, nous allons passer la parole à Monsieur le directeur exécutif de l'AFREC, Monsieur Rachid Ali Abdallah, pour son mot d'ouverture.
Thank you very much, moderator. Let me start introduce myself. My name is Samson Bello Nugbodokwe. I'm a head of Energy Information System and Strategic Division at the African Energy Commission. So due to some last-minute engagement, Mr. Rashid Ali Abdallah who may not join us for the opening ceremony, but probably he could join us during the course of this webinar. So let me read the speech on behalf of Mr. Rashid Ali Abdallah, the Executive Director of African Energy Commission. Dear Mr. Jean-Francis Sempore, the Executive Director of the ECOWAS Centre for Renewable Energy and then Energy Efficiency expert from African Union Member States, African Energy Commission focal point for the African Energy Information System. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, depending where you are. On behalf of Mr. Rashid Ali Abdallah, the Executive Director of African Energy Commission, I would like to welcome you to this joint AFREC ECREEE webinar, which is marked the launch of the report on energy efficiency indicator in ECOWAS country 2018-2022. Ladies and gentlemen, energy sector development is a key lever for economic growth and the inclusive development of any nation. The goal 7 of the United Nations Agenda 2030 agenda is to ensure access to affordable, renewable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. And the African Union Agenda 2030 also includes a component on African energy security. In addition to that, the African Union Member States and the regional economic community, including ECOWAS, have a national and the regional energy development plan. Despite this program, statistics on the energy sector show some challenge on energy access in Africa. Access to electricity and clean cooking remain a major challenge for African citizens. Nearly 600 million people in Africa still have lack access to electricity, which is indeed very pity. And then around 1 billion people don't have access to clean cooking. This energy shortage in Africa has a negative impact on economic growth, inclusive development, industrial development, and then improvement in living conditions of the African Union population. Energy efficiency has the potential to contribute to the transformation of a global energy system, promoting the transition to clean energy and reduce greenhouse gas emission while providing quality energy service for that. In this context that the 28th Conference of Parties, COP28, held in Dubai, 133 countries, including several African countries, signed a global commitment on renewable energy and energy efficiency, committing to triple the global installed capacity of renewable energy and double the global average annual rate of improvement in energy efficiency by 2030. It's part of the negotiated outcome of COP28. Clear ambition and collaborative leadership is needed to achieve the energy efficient asset. This leadership must come from the specialized agency supported by government and supported by non-state entities. This engagement of business and other state entities is essential for project implementation, capacity building on ground, and provision for necessary financial resources to complement public and multilateral source of funding. In order to adapt a coordinated and comprehensive approach to promote energy efficiency in Africa, the African Minister of Energy validated the strategy and the action plan for energy efficiency in Africa, or what we call AFREC, at the third extraordinary session of the Specialized Technical Committee on Transport and Energy that took place from 3 to 5 December 2024. This strategy was successfully adopted by 46th ordinary session of the Executive Council of African Union that took place in Addis Ababa from 12 to 13 February 2025. The AFREC defined more than 10 actions at national, regional, and continental level to optimize energy use in energy, industry, building, transport, agriculture, and housing appliance subsector. While all this energy program in Africa, it is urgent to have a good system for planning, monitoring, and evaluating of all energy program, including energy efficiency program. The African Energy Information System remain for the time being the essential tool for planning, monitoring, and evaluate energy projects in Africa, including energy efficiency program. Given the importance of the energy efficiency, the African Energy Information System has a specific questionnaire on energy efficiency. This questionnaire allows us to collect the data on energy efficiency from the following sector: residential sector, transport sector, service, agriculture, and the industry. Currently, many African Union member states are facing a challenge in completing the energy efficiency questionnaire, because completing the energy efficiency questionnaire requires that each country needs to conduct specific or regular survey on energy sector, or they need to have a good model in place for energy efficiency for energy modeling. Despite all these difficulties on data collection and energy efficiency, AFREC was able to publish in 2019 a first energy efficiency statistics report, but it's only focused on the residential sector. Also, as part of the support to African member states to properly fill the energy efficient questionnaire, we now developed at the African Energy Commission a training module on energy efficient questionnaire. Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather here for the launch of the first energy efficient report for ECOWAS. This report is a result of a collaboration between the African Energy Commission and the ECOWAS Centre for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency, ECREEE. AFREC particularly welcome this initiative because the data collection for the production of this report was essentially based on AFREC and then ECREEE questionnaire on energy efficiency. And also the data that we use from this question, for the data that we use to produce this report is the data that comes straight from the member states. So I think we need to give applause to the member state of ECOWAS by providing those data which make us able to produce this report. Without any doubt, this report will now contribute to a discussion at ECOWAS regional level on energy efficiency. Also, at the level of AFREC or ECREEE, we simply wait for your comment and suggestion to improve the future edition of this report. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to conclude my remark, and then as I'm saying this remark on behalf of the Executive Director of AFREC, by reiterating the firm commitment of the African Energy Commission that we are ready to collaborate with any other regional economic community to produce a similar report on energy efficiency statistics. So on that, I would really thank you for your kind attention. Thank you very much.
Merci, merci à M. Samson Nugbodoué pour son allocution d'ouverture. Il faut rappeler que les deux allocutions sont revenues vraiment sur les défis quand il s'agit de données sur l'efficacité énergétique sur le plan continental. Et aussi, ils ont insisté vraiment sur les efforts conjoints et la mutualisation des efforts pour l'harmonisation des données énergétiques. J'allais dire, ils ont aussi terminé en remerciant vraiment l'ensemble des États membres pour leur engagement dans le cadre de l'accès à des données de qualité quand il s'agit de l'efficacité énergétique. À présent, nous allons aborder vraiment la seconde partie du webinaire. Il s'agit de la présentation du rapport. Lors de cette présentation, nous avons comme panéliste, nous allons avoir vraiment une équipe, c'est l'équipe vraiment d'experts qui a mené l'étude. Nous allons avoir comme panéliste M. Samson Belhaud Nugbodoué, qui est chef de la division système d'information énergétique et statistique de l'AFREC. Ensuite, nous allons avoir comme second panéliste M. Alexandre Binazon, qui est expert en données énergétiques de ECREEE. Et le troisième panéliste, c'est M. Jafarou Abdourahman, qui est chargé du programme technologie de l'information de ECREEE. Pour ce faire, je vais diriger les diapositives et lorsque vous voulez avancer, merci de mentionner Next slide, please, pour me permettre d'avancer dans le cadre de la présentation. Okay.
Okay, I think first one could start, so maybe let's proceed to the next slide.
Okay.
Yes.
Permettez-moi de faire une manipulation pour revenir vraiment sur la slide. OK. Vous arrivez à voir la présentation?
Yes, I think you
Okay.
can go to the next slide, please.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's go. Yes, so colleague, I think there will present you the context of this report. As you know, ECOWAS region is experimenting now currently a steadily increasing demand, energy demand. As you know, the population is increasing. You know, when the population is increasing, the demand of the energy demand also is increasing. And then also we have a strong economic development also in this region. And then the strong the increase of the good economic development also show us that the demand of the energy demand also is increasing. And then also to improve the living condition of the people also, we are seeing also that the energy demand also is increasing. So all the factors in this region are showing that when all the demand is increasing. Is it recognized that ECOWAS has demonstrated a very strong commitment to sustainable energy through what they call it ECOWAS energy efficient policy? I think it was shown clearly in the slide here, which we were adopting in 2013. However, we are facing a major challenge. There is a major challenge has been critical this with lack of standardized and reliable data on the energy efficiency across the member states. This lack of data is creating a lot of problem when we come to the monitoring and the evaluation, and then also to assess the progress that we are having in implementing all these projects. And then also to address this thing now, there is that's why we come with this collaborative approach between AFREC and then ECREEE to address this issue of data scarcity, to make sure now that we have a reliable data on energy efficiency on energy efficiency. And then we use the focal point of AFREC and then also the focal point of ECREEE, that in all ECOWAS member states to collect this data, which is for the first time we focus only on data from member states. So I think this is a time now also to applaud the collaboration between ECREEE and AFREC, because you know ECREEE is at the regional level, AFREC is at continental level, but we come up with a collaboration with these two organizations to strengthen the capacity of country to fill our questionnaire on energy efficiency. Next slide, please. Next slide for the objective. So the objective for this report is to provide a comprehensive analysis on energy efficiency landscape within ECOWAS region for the period 2018 to 2022. You can ask yourself why we are in 2025 now. We are talking about data from 2018 until 2022. Is because we provide you this time series of data, and then you can see clearly the trend of all the main energy efficiency indicator. This includes examine the key aspects such as the total final energy consumption, energy intensity by sector, electricity loss, and clean cooking technology. So, and then also, on another aspect also, the primary the main objective of this document also is to make sure that we provide a key indicator to support the policymaker to assess the progress that they are making so far in terms of the implementation of ECOWAS energy efficient policy, and then also to fill the gap of existing data on energy efficiency in the region, because this is crucial and it's very important. This provides crucial information for monitoring and evaluation. Also, this report also is a critical roadmap for the policymaker, stakeholder, and development by providing a reliable and then update information that will inform the decision making and guide the energy promotion, and then also to contribute significantly to the achievement of the ECOWAS goal 2015, and then also with SDG 7. So you can see that energy efficiency is the fundamental pillar, as mentioned clearly by the director of ECREEE, executive director of ECREEE. Energy efficiency is the fundamental pillar if you want to address the issue of energy gap that we are facing currently in Africa. The way to go, one of the ways to go is how to promote the energy efficiency. So these are the main objective of this report. One, it shows us clearly this landscape, and then also the time series data. It should help us also to see the progress that we are making so far in terms of the implementation of ECOWAS energy efficiency policy, and then also at the last also it gives us a critical roadmap to policymakers, stakeholders, to tell them, okay, look, if we want to address the energy gap, that's what effort that we need to do for energy efficiency, and then also support us also to ECOWAS vision 2050, and then also at the global level with E7. Next slide, please. Now we are now at the methodology level that we can see clearly that this where is become very important. First thing that we did is that we have a AFREC we organized AFREC workshop with all the ECOWAS member states, where we initiate the data collection. After we initiate the data collection, now we train the focal point from country. When we train the focal point from country, they are able now to fill the questionnaire, to complete the questionnaire and send to us. In some cases also, there was some direct support for some member states to provide us the energy balance data, because you know the way we design the energy efficiency questionnaire of AFREC, before you proceed and fill the energy efficiency questionnaire, you need to fill first of all the energy balance data. So when they fill the energy balance data now, they are able to fill the energy efficiency data. So the second step is to collect the data on the residential sector, because we realize that, okay, look, because as you know, as I mentioned clearly, and then the director of ECREEE also mentioned clearly in his speech, on energy efficiency, we have a residential sector, we have a transport sector, we have service, we have agriculture, we have industry, and then other. Right? We think that, okay, if we want to cover all the sector, it will be very difficult. That for this one, we focus only on the residential sector. So the first thing is that we host a workshop to initiate the data collection process. When we initiate the data collection process, now we initiate the data collection process for energy efficiency questionnaire, but only on the residential sector. So there was a training, you can see clearly there was training on this questionnaire. Now, after we have a data collection, also we need to take out 4 months, and then also we supervise the data collection, and then with national focal point fill the question and send to us. So you can see the first one is to initiate the data collection of energy balance. As I mentioned to you, you cannot fill the energy efficiency questionnaire if you don't have a very comprehensive energy balance questionnaire. So the first step was to discuss with country to fill the energy balance questionnaire first. Now, the second step now is to fill the energy efficiency questionnaire. To fill the energy efficiency questionnaire. Now, when they fill the energy efficiency questionnaire, they fill the energy efficiency questionnaire only for the residential sector. So the graph is clear there. You can see the first one, AFREC, we initiate a workshop, we train the country, they complete the energy balance questionnaire, they send to us. Now we proceed now to fill the data for energy efficiency questionnaire based on those who submit to us proper energy balance questionnaire. But for the specific of this thing, of this study, we focus only on the residential sector. So, but for sure, for the next step, for the further edition of the report, maybe we can also look at transport or service or agriculture sector. Next slide, please. Next slide. So you can see that will be where the secondary, as I mentioned, we collect the data from country, but sometimes we can have some country where there is a missing data. So where there is a missing data now, we look at some secondary source of data. The first one, as I mentioned to you, we want to make sure that we use the data only from a national source. We discuss with National Bureau of Statistics to check if we can have access to the data of national census, and then also to access to the household survey. And then also now, if we fail to get the data from national source now we proceed now to the international source, where we look at the World Bank socioeconomic database, and then also we look at also the WAP report on electricity loss. Now, the second step is data validation, cleaning at national and regional level, because when you collect the data, you need to validate the data with country, and then also clean the data and make sure that we have a very clear data at national level. Then we can aggregate now have a data at the continental level. We consolidate now all this report, we validate, and then now we do a clear description analysis, and then I compute with indicator. Next slide, please. So this is where we find a very good, we can see a very good indicator that we will find the report. And I really encourage you to look at this report, which is shows clear, very good indicator on each thematic. First of all, when you now look at the energy supply, we have a clear data on total energy supply. When we look at the thematic of energy intensity, we have a primary energy intensity. We have energy intensity in agriculture sector, energy intensity in industry sector, energy intensity in residential sector, energy intensity in service sector. And then also, we have also very good data when we talk about total final energy consumption. We have total energy consumption, we have total energy consumption per capita, total energy consumption in agriculture and all those sectors. We have final energy consumption also in different sectors. We have electricity consumption in residential sector. We have electricity loss. We have also data to access to clean cooking. We have also efficient electricity generation. So all these indicators are in the report. I will not go and read all these indicators, but I'm sure that when my colleague from ECREEE will present you with results, because me, I just present you now the methodology and then the data collection process. But they will show you clearly now the main outcome, and then also the indicator, and then of the data that you can guess very well from this report. So this comes to the end of the concept objective of this report, as well as the methodology. Allow me now to give the floor to my colleague ECREEE to proceed with the next section, please.
Okay. Thank you so much, Samson. Now, let's look at together the results of this report. Next slide, please. So, in 2022, the ECOWAS region recorded a total final energy consumption of nearly 130,000 kilotons of oil equivalents. Consequently, this positions ECOWAS as the second largest energy consumer in Africa, just behind North Africa, and accounting for almost a quarter of the continent's total final energy use. So if we now look at the past decade, energy consumption in the region has grown consistently, increasing from about 88,000 kilotons in 2022, in 2012, to nearly 130,000 kilotons in 2022. This corresponds to an average annual growth rate of 3.9%. So, this is also important to note that this growth rate in energy consumption is closely aligned with the region's economic performance over the same period, reflecting the parallel rise of energy demand in economic activities in ECOWAS region. So next slide, please. So coming to the per capita energy consumption, we can see that in 2022, the region stood at 0.3 tons equivalent of oil. I mean 0.3 ton of oil equivalent, which remained lower than the continental African average of 0.4 ton equivalents. Looking at looking also at the past decade, consumption per capita in the region has shown a moderate but steady increase, moving from 0.28 to 0.3 ton equivalent from 2012 to 2022. This corresponds to an average annual growth rate of about 1.2%. Next slide, please. So now, by analyzing final energy consumption in a region by source, we can say that in 2022, the energy mix in a region was composed of 5 main sources: biomass and waste, oil, electricity, natural gas, and coal. Among these, biomass and waste clearly dominated the energy balance, representing nearly 3/5 of total final consumption. Petroleum products commonest with 33%, while you can see that the electricity account for 5.5%, natural gas 2.4%. This distribution, reflects the structural dependence of the region on traditional biomass, while modern energy sources such as electricity, gas remain relatively limited in their contribution. Next slide, please. So when coming to the final energy consumption by sector, we can say that in the same period, the residential sector was by far the largest consumer of energy in the region, accounting for 55% of total final energy consumption. This clearly underlines the central role, of household in shaping the regional energy demand. So the second one is the transport sector. So the transport sector comes next with a substantial share of 27.6%, making the second largest consumer. It is followed by the industrial sector with 10%, and also commercial and service sector with 7.2%. The agricultural sector is under 1% in terms of energy use. So this sectoral breakdown showed that the residential and transport together represent more than 80% of final energy demand in a region, which is critical insight to designing or for designing effective energy efficiency policy. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So now in the next slide, we will now focus especially on the residential sector, which is the main driver of energy demand in the region. So, in 2022, the total energy consumption in the sector was estimated at 71,000 kilotons of oil equivalent. The overwhelming majority of this consumption comes from biomass and waste, which represent 92% of the total. By comparison, electricity accounts only for 5%, while petroleum products such as LPG and kerosene contribute for 3%. You can this pattern clearly incites the heavy reliance of household on traditional biomass. This is important, especially in rural areas where access to modern and cleaner energy alternatives remain limited. So in the next slide, in the next part of the presentation, we will take a closer look at how each energy source is actually used within the residential sector. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Thank you. So now, turning to the electricity consumption in the residential sector, we can see that in the same period, households across the region use an estimated 38,000 gigawatt-hours of electricity. Electricity is applied to the wide range of essential household needs, such as lighting, refrigerators, television, air conditioner, water heating, and other appliances. So we can see that 92% of residential electricity use is driven by the five applications. I mean, lighting 31%, refrigerator 22%, air conditioner 16%, television 13%, and fans 10%. This concentration clearly showed that focusing on the few key appliances can deliver significant efficiency gains. Really important. So by prioritizing the use of energy efficiency lighting, refrigerators, air conditioner, and television, household could substantially reduce the electricity demand. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So now here, we can see that within the region, household use the biomass and waste. The household use of biomass and waste is overwhelmingly concentrated on cooking, which represents 77% of total domestic consumption. So for the consumption of fossil fuels, mainly LPG LPG and kerosene. We can say that within the residential sector, the region was largely dedicated to cooking, which accounted for 84% of total use. So this concludes the session on final final energy consumption and its related indicators. All of these indicators, which we have just reviewed at the regional level, are also presented in detail for each country within the reports. Moreover, the country level data are available on our data platform, ECREEE, which will be presented to you really shortly. So next slide, please. So now let's look at the energy intensity. So in a region, energy intensity increased between 2018 to 2022, moving from 7.9 to 8.6 megajoule per US dollar of GDP. This upward trend means that more energy is now required to generate the same unit of economic output, which reflects a decline of overall energy efficiency across national economy. Next slide, please. So now let's see the electricity losses. Here we will talk about the technical loss and non-technical loss. So in 2022, the average of technical losses in the region the average of technical losses was 9.1%. However, when we combine both technical and non-technical losses, the regional average is 21.3%. This highlights the major challenge of power utilities, as these high losses reduce efficiency, increase costs, and limits reliable electricity access across the region. Next slide, please. What about the clean cooking aspects? So we can say that the adoption of clean cooking technology remains a major challenge in the region, so that in 2022, 10 out of 15 member states reported access rate below 10%. Very important, showing the scale of the gap. So among the country with relatively higher adoption, Nigeria and Ghana recorded similar level at 27% for Nigeria and 29% for Ghana, while Senegal and Cote d'Ivoire showed comparable rates. 39% for Senegal and 42% for Cote d'Ivoire. So you can clearly see on this chart that the clear outlier in the region is Cape Verde, which achieved the highest access rate at 81%, standing far ahead of his peers. So next slide, please. Next slide, please. So, the report also highlighted the various policies and regulations in place, both at the regional level and within countries, concerning sustainable energy in general and energy efficiency in particular. So under the leadership of ECREEE, the ECOWAS region has established, these 5 policies, the renewable energy policy, energy efficiency policy, bioenergy policy, policy for gender mainstreaming in energy access, and green hydrogen policy and strategy framework, all that for ECOWAS. Next slide, please. So, in addition to these policies, a set of standards and guidelines has also been developed and adopted at the regional level. So here, we're only presenting a simple list, but the full detail can be found in the report and on the ECREEE website. So I don't want to present each standard. You can get it on our on ECREEE website or in the report. Next slide, please. So also, ECREEE facilitates the domestication of regional policy into national action plan by member states. You know, almost all country, the 15, apart some country, has a sustainable energy for all action plan. Also they have the energy efficiency national action plan for almost each country, and also some of them has created the dedicated agency of energy efficiency. So this brings us to the end of the presentation of the report results. So now I will hand over to my colleague who will present some key recommendations delivered from this finding. Thank you so much. Next slide, Jeffo.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, moderator, and thank you everyone for coming. We just have a few slides, mainly talking about recommendations from the report. These recommendations are categorized mainly into 4. The first one is on electricity distribution losses. Then you have recommendations on the adoption of clean cooking technologies. You have recommendations on standards and labels for equipment. And then we have recommendations for financing mechanisms. Now, quickly, on energy efficiency distribution, we have seen from the report presented by the results presented by Mr. Alex, especially you have seen that the electricity distribution losses across the ECOWAS region is at an average of 21.3%. This level is greatly affects the efficiency and reliability of the system. As such, you notice that in the member states, some of the electricity distribution grid is outdated, and this has enormously contributed to the problem. This is contributing to the loss. When you look at what is being generated and what is reaching the end users, you will see that the losses is huge. And so one of the recommendations is to invest into modernizing the main distribution infrastructure. This will go a long way into increasing the reliability of the network. Now, the second one is on the deployment of smart meters to reduce the losses. Smart meters, as we know, offer a real-time window into consumption behavior, enabling better demand management and also reducing technical and commercial losses. These technical losses, if I may, it improves technical losses in terms of accuracy, measurement, and identifying fault quickly. Also, for the consumer, it promotes transparency and enable prepayment options, as well as helping the household to monitor and adjust their energy use in respect to the cost. Now, the recommendation here is to support the member states, the government, and all stakeholders to see that the smart meters are being deployed in order to improve efficiency. Now, the fourth one, which is also linked to the second recommendation, is on supporting startups, mainly in the promotion of smart meter installations. The support can be created in terms of dedicated financing schemes, such as innovation funds, concessional loans. Also, you can this streamlining regulatory process will go a long way to give the entrepreneurs easier market access and offering technical training programs to build local expertise. And this brings us to the fourth recommendation. Electricity, like we know in some of our member states, electricity fraud, like meter tampering, bypassing, drive up technical losses. And this erodes utility revenues and is greatly affecting the efficiency of the system. And we can have the government strengthen monitoring systems. This could be such as tamper detection, analytics, to be able to identify theft and anomaly, and majorly public awareness campaign. This is very important to underscore the importance of paying for electricity and highlighting how revenue supports reliable services. Moving on to accelerating the adoption of clean cooking technology. The first recommendation is to encourage local enterprise to focus on production and distribution of improved cook stoves and clean fuels like bioethanol and biogas. And this means creating home-based industry that supply affordable, sustainable cooking solutions. This involves helping small business, startup access financing, and so on and so forth, like manufacturing equipment so that they can produce at large scale. This can go a long way to make clean cooking solutions more widely available in the rural areas. Now, the second recommendation is to strengthen the capacity of local artisans and SMEs. This is key to ensuring clean cooking solutions are, should we say, not only available, but also reliable and durable. This will go a long way to enhance the quality and improve user confidence, while also expanding business opportunities. Training programs on production, on installation, and on maintenance can go a long way in this aspect on improved cook stoves and biogas systems. Now, the third recommendation, which is to raise awareness and drive by driving the adoption of this technology. Even where this technology is available, I mean, where you have clean cooking solutions available, you may still see households are hesitating to adopt this. This can be due to cost, it can be due to lack of knowledge, it can also be due to cultural habits. The public awareness campaign is therefore very critical. This will help to explain the health benefit, the economic benefit, environmental benefit for the adoption of this clean cooking solution. And we should also have in mind that sometimes you could have cost as an issue of adoption. And this can be accelerated through some innovative business models, namely like the lease-to-own schemes, the customer-friendly credit, and so on and so forth. Next slide, please. Okay, the third recommendation is on standards and label for equipment. The MEPS, which is the minimum energy performance standards, this ensures, should I say, it ensures that household appliances that we use, such as the refrigerators, the air conditioning, even the light bulb, it meets a certain efficient, minimum efficient requirement, even before it enters the market. And this is especially important because from the presentation of my colleague, you will see that household consumes about 60% of the region's total energy. Mostly it can be through cooking, it can be through electricity use. Without a minimum energy performance standard set, this means that the market will become flooded with inefficient and cheap products. And this can bring higher bills and also contribute to straining the national grid. So the first recommendation is to enforce this minimum energy performance standard. Now, the second one, which has to do with phasing out energy intensity appliances, is very important. This could be, and it could be as simple as a bulb, incandescent bulb, low efficient air conditioning, and so on and so forth. Inefficient appliances can make this worse by wasting the scarce resources. Our grid itself is already under stress. The losses is very high, and you could see that the resources the end users are receiving is more like a scarce resources. And if we don't look into phasing out these inefficient appliances, it's more like we are just inefficiently using the scarce resources, which is not a good practice. So the recommendation here is to see how we can gradually phase out these inefficient appliances. Also, we can look into some providing financial incentives for the appliances. Yeah, sometimes these appliances can be more expensive upfront, even though over time there's a high savings. But this expensive upfront can be mitigated through various financial incentives like tax reduction, credit facilities, and so on. The next one is talking about educating consumers and creating awareness campaign. Consumer awareness, as we know, is not just, is very important. Awareness campaign can emphasize not only the cost savings, but also we can look at the environmental benefits that it can bring to the users. So I think this is a huge recommendation that could drive the reduction in the adoption of energy efficient appliances and use. Now, going to the fourth recommendation, which is on financing mechanisms. Yes, it will go a long way, because despite the total final energy consumption in the ECOWAS region, yet millions are still lack reliable electricity, as we can see. This can be mitigated by supporting local entrepreneurs in solar home system sectors, and this can rapidly expand electricity access, especially in the rural areas. This can be achieved by, let's say, improving financing mechanisms like micro loans, dedicated credit lines to small business in order to scale up solar home systems deployment. The second recommendation, which is to facilitate local hybrid mini-grid initiatives. Local hybrid mini-grids, which can be a combination of solar. You can also have storage, and sometimes you can have like a backup of diesel. This offers a viable solution for off-grid communities, because like we know, the grid losses in the region is already high. And if you support project developers to navigate issues like regulatory hurdles and streamlining licenses and investing procedures, this will reduce the barrier to scaling. Clearer frameworks will make the region more attractive. And this can also reduce the dependence on the national grid. Now, the third recommendation is to establish a local distribution and maintenance platform. Moving ahead to expand solar equipment distribution network and establishing local maintenance platform will greatly ensure that these solutions, like the off-grid solutions, reach more households, and also it will ensure that it remains functional. Reliable after-sales service improves customer confidence and prevents, like we know, it prevents systems from falling into disrepair, addressing one of the biggest barriers to sustained off-grid adoption, which is maintenance. So this is a recommendation to establish a local distribution and maintenance platform for solar equipment uptake. And then lastly, which is to train local technicians in solar and decentralized systems. this can go a long way to improve the skilled personnel, skilled jobs, and guarantee the quality of installations and after sales service. This also addresses the current challenge of low technical capacity in some of the member states. When the technicians are trained, these skills will not only these skilled technicians will not only service the system but also drive innovation and trust in these renewable energy solutions. Just to conclude, these are the main recommendations from the report. I will then take a few slides to talk about the ECOWAS Observatory for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency, which was developed by ECREEE in 2012. Next slide, please. Recently, we launched a new version of ECOREX. ECOREX has come a long way since 2012, when it was established at the Energy Ministers meeting. Now, the main objective of this platform is to provide tailored information to stakeholders, to decision makers, to developers and energy planners in the region in order to promote the adoption of renewable energy and energy efficiency. We all know that data in the region is a very big challenge, not just in the region, everywhere. Getting the right data serves a lot of purposes and helps in terms of planning the energy sector. Now, the new platform just quickly has the type of data that we have available. We have data on energy access. We have data on renewable energy. We have data on energy efficiency, climate change, and also we have the map section, which you can use to see various infrastructure related to energy in the region. Next slide, please. Now, just like I said, the new platform now is very interactive. It can allow you to choose various formats in terms of charts and tables. You can download the data. In fact, the entire data on the platform, you can download it to use for other analysis. You can download it in various charts, various formats to put in your presentation. And we have this data tailored mainly into three categories, which is energy efficiency, energy access, and renewable energy. And we have this data displayed at regional and national level for analysis. So next slide. We have a section also on the ECOREX, which is resources. We call it resources. As you can see at the top, we have the country profile, we have the regional statistics, we have map viewer, and then we have resources as well. In the resource section, you have a wide range of documents, energy-related documents at national and regional level, including policies, law, regulations that cut across the ECOWAS member states. You can also find all the reports that have been published related at regional level and national level that related to energy. And I think for a brief presentation, I will stop here and pass over to our colleague from AFREC to continue with the next slides. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Faru. So next slide. So my job now will give you, because you know when you do any scientific work, for sure 100% they should have some limitation. So my job here now is to present you with limitation of this wonderful. You will agree with me that this report is very comprehensive report. So it will take time to digest, but let me present to you now some a few limitations that we can see, and then we'll try to address those limitations in the forthcoming emission. Is the insufficiency of our data availability, as I mentioned already, for industrial, transport, agriculture, and the civic sector. And otherwise, we'll have a very comprehensive energy efficiency for all the sectors. But for the moment, for this report, we focus on the residential sector. And then also we depend on the household surveys, because renewable energy indicator require a national household survey. And then, you know, conduct a household survey is very costly for country. So due to the high cost of household survey, of course, it's focused on other domain, but we realize that the energy sector, energy indicator in the household survey is not what we are expecting. We want to get more indicator, so we need to add more question on energy for household survey. But this one will give additional cost. So now, the use of the census data, because you know, when we have a census, the first objective of any census in the country is to have a social demographic indicator. But energy sector is not a part of those social demographic indicator. So the indicator that we find on the census data is not always what we are looking for. So our target now is to make advocacy when we have a population of housing census in any ECOWAS country or in any African country. We need to tell the Ministry of Energy to make advocacy to a National Bureau of Statistics, of a national committee of the census, so that they can have a very good data, a lot of questions regarding energy sector. So I think those are the limitations. Next slide, please. Yeah, I think those are the limitations. So I think I will give a prop back to our colleague for us. This report, of course, AFREC will support ECREEE to produce this report, but this report belongs to ECREEE. So let me give it back floor to our colleague from ECREEE to conclude. Thank you very much. I don't know if Alessandro Jafaru, please, or I don't know. Please come in to say thank you, because I'm not allowed to say thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Madi?
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, dear panelists, for your presentation. Merci pour cette présentation très détaillée et vraiment qui est revenue sur la méthodologie robuste qui a été adoptée pour la collecte des données en partenariat avec les États membres. Nous avons aussi assisté à la présentation des principaux indicateurs d'efficacité énergétique dans la région, notamment la consommation d'énergie par ménage et par source d'énergie, l'intensité énergétique, les pertes de transmission et de distribution, l'accès aux technologies de cuisson propre. Les recommandations formulées ont été aussi présentées, de même que les limites quand il s'agit de collecter des données de qualité. On a eu aussi le plaisir de découvrir la nouvelle version de la plateforme ECOWAS qui est dédiée à la diffusion des données énergétiques. Vraiment, merci pour vos brillantes interventions. Now we are moving to the Q&A session. And dear participants, the floor is yours. Please raise digitally your hand on Zoom if you want to have the floor. Okay. Ok, je vais demander aux communicateurs de se mettre, aux speakers de se mettre en premier plan et de mettre les caméras on. Nous avons déjà des mains levées. So, please, Monsieur Noël, Mr. Noël Atebi.
Non, laisse-moi vérifier. Bonjour, excusez-moi, j'ai un souci avec ma caméra, donc je ne pense pas pouvoir l'activer. Vous me recevez?
Oui, très bien. Merci.
Ok, je suis Noël Atebi de la Côte d'Ivoire, précisément Côte d'Ivoire Énergie. Donc, j'ai une petite question là.
Oui, je vous en prie.
Voilà, au niveau des pertes, d'abord, je voudrais remercier les présentateurs, bien sûr, pour la qualité de la présentation et du document qui a été présenté. Donc, pour les pertes qui ont été donc présentées, que ce soit les pertes techniques ou les pertes non techniques, je veux savoir quelles sont les valeurs cibles de pertes qui sont attendues. Et est-ce que dans l'évaluation des pertes, il a été aussi question des pertes au niveau du réseau de transport d'énergie? C'est d'abord ma première question. Merci.
OK. Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Atebi. Nous allons prendre une série de 5 questions pour permettre aux panélistes de répondre. Donc, je vais passer la parole à Monsieur Sourou Tchacha. Monsieur Sourou Tchacha? Oui, s'il vous plaît, pouvez vous présenter brièvement et poser votre question? Monsieur Sourou Tchacha, vous éprouvez des difficultés? On ne vous entend pas, hein?
Et alors, vous me recevez?
Oui, très bien maintenant. Merci.
Ah, vous me recevez, d'accord, merci. J'avais du mal. OK, donc, moi, je voudrais vous demander, premièrement, quel enseignement clé de ce rapport peut guider concrètement les États membres comme le Bénin, dans la mise en œuvre de politiques nationales efficaces d'efficacité énergétique? C'est ma première question. Ma deuxième question, c'est sur les indicateurs prioritaires. Parmi les indicateurs suivis par le CIREC, lesquels sont considérés comme prioritaires pour la région de la CEDEAO dans les 5 prochaines années? Et comment garantir leur suivi et harmoniser entre les pays membres? Et enfin, quels dispositifs de renforcement de capacité sont prévus pour appuyer les experts et institutions nationales dans l'utilisation des indicateurs d'efficacité énergétique pour la planification et le suivi des politiques publiques? Donc voilà les 3 questions que j'ai pour créer, que je remercie beaucoup pour ce rapport, et j'encourage vraiment ECREEE à continuer dans cette dynamique très, très importante pour au pays. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Monsieur Sourou Tchacha. On a compris que vous êtes du Bénin. Merci. Je vais passer maintenant la parole à Monsieur Howard Joku. Mr. Howard Joku, please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, okay. My question, okay, I'm Professor Howard Njoku from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Nigeria, Mechanical Engineering. My question is a very simple one. The data that is housed in ECOREX, I wanted to know what is the duration of the data. So how long is data, and has it been benchmarked in any way? So in terms of accuracy, reliability, so that's just what I want to know.
Thank you, Mr. Owanjoku.
Thank you.
Now we'll give the floor to Mr. Abdelrahman Wouroubare.
Bonjour, vous m'entendez?
Oui, très bien.
D'accord, je viens du Bénin, j'ai été membre conseiller juridique de l'autorité de régulation de l'électricité, première mandature, donc c'est très intéressant d'être sur ce webinaire. Je voudrais remercier les organisateurs et surtout les présentateurs. J'ai deux questions. La première question concerne, parce qu'à l'autorité de régulation, j'étais le point focal inclusion et genre pour l'accès donc à l'électricité. Ma première question, c'est que les obstacles qui empêchent les personnes handicapées, par exemple, d'avoir accès à l'électricité sont libellés ainsi que suit. Je ne vais pas trop les détailler. Il y a les obstacles physiques, il y a les obstacles économiques, il y a les obstacles technologiques. Vous savez, il y a beaucoup de compteurs aujourd'hui qui ne sont pas accessibles aux personnes handicapées de la vue, par exemple. C'est un exemple que je donne. Il y a également deux obstacles. Quelle est l'alchimie que propose ECREEE et la fêtière au niveau africain pour apporter une solution pour lever ces obstacles-là afin de permettre aux personnes handicapées qui ont besoin prioritairement de l'énergie, soit donc aient un accès amélioré à cet outil de développement qui est très important et nul ne peut le contester aujourd'hui. Ma deuxième question, pour ne pas être trop long, c'est vrai, en introduction, quelqu'un l'a remarqué, on est en 2025 et on parle du rapport 18-2022. Bon, est-ce qu'aujourd'hui, quelles sont les données aujourd'hui? Quelles sont les données aujourd'hui? Et enfin, est-ce que l'Afrique doit se développer sur le plan énergétique par une batterie d'études et de rapports? Parce que si ces rapports, on en a vraiment eu dans presque tous les domaines en Afrique. Mais nous sommes dans une politique de façon globale, d'une politique d'un pas en avant et de deux pas en arrière. Est-ce que ce sont les études? Est-ce qu'on n'a pas déjà la problématique qui fait que la couverture énergétique sur le plan africain est encore médiocre? Quand on sait que les gens viennent prendre notre uranium, par exemple, pour aller avoir de l'électricité ailleurs, là où nous, on a l'uranium, on n'a même pas l'électricité. Les gens nous confinent dans les énergies dites renouvelables. Vous, Africains, contentez-vous des énergies renouvelables. Pendant ce temps, envoyez-nous votre uranium et nous, on fait les industries. Est-ce que c'est comme ça qu'on va se développer? Voilà ma préoccupation. Je vous remercie.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Ouro. Now we will take one question from Mr. Ife Ekeonu. It will be the one last question, and to allow the panelists to answer to the first batch of questions. Mr.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so this is Mrs. Ifikon. So I'm actually calling from Abuja. Thanks again for the very interesting presentation and for the statistics shared, basically. You see, one thing that really strikes me is the fact that in the ECOWAS region, and indeed for most of sub-Saharan Africa, that most of energy use is really still residential. I mean, when you're looking at percentages of almost up to 60%, as compared to other parts of the world where you're looking at perhaps maybe 20% max, basically. So clearly there is a big challenge with productive use of energy, and using energy for the purposes of driving industrialization and driving economic growth. So I know ECREEE has done quite a bit, across the sector, especially like on the issue of gender mainstream as well. And for me, I see a correlation between the very low progress we've made in terms of, say, accelerating access to clean cooking and promoting the ECOWAS policy on gender mainstreaming, basically. You look at countries like East Africa that have done quite a lot in terms of promoting gender and social inclusion, which somebody had already made, had mentioned. You will also see clearly that they've also done more progress in terms of energy efficiency, in terms of productive use of electricity. So mine essentially is to say that I think more and more, it is important that when we're looking at issues of policy regarding energy, that we also engage very effectively with all the other infrastructural developmental sectors, be it health, be it gender, be it education and all of that, because until we begin to empower our people to be able to use energy more productively and more efficiently, a number of these policy documents that we spend so much time and energy rolling out might just be very difficult to implement. So I commend the team for the job well done. So I would just end it at that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. ECREEE. Now we will allow the panelists to answer to this first batch of questions. So, OK. Donc, chers panélistes, bon, je vais essayer de revenir sur certaines questions. Notamment, on a M. Ateli de la Côte d'Ivoire qui a posé une question sur les pertes réseau. Est-ce que les pertes de transport ont été prises en compte? Et lorsque l'étude avait été menée, quelles sont les cibles en termes de pertes acceptables ou attendues? Donc, chers panélistes, la parole à qui veut la prendre pour répondre à cette question. Donc, soit on va procéder par, premièrement, M. Samson.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think most of the questions are further from ECREEE, so it's better to start from ECREEE. Thank you.
OK. OK, merci. Monsieur Alexandre Binazon, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. So the technical losses refer to the energy loss during transmission and distribution due to physical factors such as resistance in wires, transformer, or inefficiency in the grid infrastructure. So I think that all aspects of technical losses are taken into account in this report. So for the standard technical loss, I can say that in our standard and over is between 5% and 10%. When you are between in terms of technical losses, when you are between 5 and 10%, you can say that no, is not bad. This is the interval we can share when talking about the standard about technical losses. There are also some some other question about the report, why we are in 2025 and the report is focused on 2022. So as we said, this it is the first kind of report on energy efficiency indicators. So yes, the data collection was done in 2024, and like data collection is done in our country. When you are in 2023, data of 2020, I mean, in 2024, data for 2020 energy data for 2024 or for 2023 are not available in our countries. So we work with countries to collect data until 2022. So it's on this way the energy data is collected in our region. But you know, we are working with the country to address this kind of issue by giving some training to the country and so on. So the important indicators for this report. You know, all indicators we publish here is important. So it depends of what do you want I mean, in what aspect do you want to prioritize your action to have more to get more impact in the efficiency aspect of the energy of the national energy of your country. So I can say that all indicators we publish in this report are important important. So is what I can say about that. ECREEE, yes, ECREEE. You know, like my colleague Jafaru presented. On ECREEE, you can get data until now. We are in 2025, and actually we tried. We're trying to finalize with the data collection with 2024 data collection. So now you can have all data until 2023 on ECREEE. On ECREEE, and we updated these data annually basis. Is what I can say. So you know, our process is we collect the data from each country. In each country we have a data focal point that collects that are involving in the energy data collection in the country. So when they come to us, we organize we organize the regional workshop on which we validate all data before publishing on the platform. So you know, on ECREEE you have a national data as reported by each country. That's what you can get on the platform. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll get the floor to the. Let my colleague Jafaru, if he has something to add. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. I see you have tried to respond to some of the questions. We have a question which speaks about disability in electricity, in accessing electricity. The participant asked about the challenges and what are the obstacles. Quite obvious, there are quite a number of challenges. They include physical barriers, affordability, constraints of affordability, information, communication gaps. And you also have some policy regulatory gap. Just in summary, because of time, I would just look at when you talk about how to remove obstacles, we just talk about a few items. First of all, we need awareness and capacity building to train utility staff on disability inclusion and customer service. We need to include disability disaggregated data somehow in access surveys, and also the government can help to offer reduced connection fees to targeted subsidies for households with persons with disability. Now, just in summary, I'm just looking at generally, I think the government, there has to be a concrete government intervention in order to be able to remove some of these obstacles when you talk about disabilities in energy access. There's also another question about the participant asked about
maybe I can help. You have some remaining questions, like what is the plan at ECREEE level in order to support the expert at national level to better understand the indicator and use them for the energy planning. And you also have this question regarding, I think also AFREC can handle this question. It's you know, a large part of the energy final use is at domestic as household level, compared to the developed countries, where the large part of the energy consumption is in the tertiary sector rather than residential sector. What lesson can you draw from these data? And also, I noticed that ECREEE Executive Director want to take the floor. Okay, can you allow Mr. Francis Empoe, Executive Director of ECREEE, to take the floor also? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madi. Just before the ED comes in, the issue of how we can support the member states, there are quite of interventions from ECREEE, which goes down to the member state. I just want to point out the idea of which my colleague presented, which talks about the regional energy, the regional policies that ECREEE has developed. And he also went down to show how ECREEE has supported these member states in bringing out a national action plan, which can aid the member states to work towards aligning the goals with at regional level. Now, if we look at this report, we'll see that there are quite a number of challenges. And when you talk about support from ECREEE, if you go quite, it's a broad intervention, which could include supporting the member states for policy harmonization, standardization, supporting with enforcement of some policies and at local and at regional level. Also, there could be some local actions, like in countries where framework and capacity existed. When you look at the ECOWAS energy efficiency policy, could serve as a foundation aligned with the national strategy to support the member state. So with that, we can create a framework where you can have quite a number of projects that ECREEE can support. Of course, the member states are in charge, but at ECREEE level, we provide support. And also we look at data and baseline. There are quite a number of issues when it comes to data. ECREEE, because without data, you can't make informed policies. You can't make informed decisions. You can't create policies. So ECREEE can also, through ECOWAS, and also supporting the member states with developing local, national a data management system that could also support the member state in making informed decisions. Thank you. Hello, Madi, are you there?
Yes, thank you, Jeff. Yeah.
We can give the floor to Edie. Maybe he wants to respond to
please, Edie, the floor is yours, please.
Ok, merci. Merci à tous pour vos questions, pour vos observations et pour les réponses qui ont déjà été données. Je voudrais juste apporter des éléments d'information. Peut-être un élément important juste pour rassurer les participants sur la qualité des données, des data. C'est un processus, comme vous l'avez vu dans la méthodologie, qui est fait en étroite collaboration avec les États membres à travers plusieurs actions, dont des ateliers de validation. Donc, tout ce qui est posté sur ECOWAS n'est rien d'autre que les données qui ont été validées par nos points focaux data dans les différents États membres. Donc, on accorde une importance particulière à cela. On ne publie aucune donnée qui n'a pas fait l'objet de validation par les États membres. Et bien sûr, comme on l'expliquait aussi, quelles que soient les statistiques en Afrique, il y a toujours un décalage entre la validation des données et la publication. Dans nos pays, on est à peu près à N, enfin, pour avoir les données de l'année N, il faut attendre N+1, N+2, puisqu'il y a des instances au niveau national qui doivent valider les données de l'année N-1. C'est seulement après ça, de fois, c'est des processus qui peuvent prendre 1 an, que les données deviennent des données véritables. Donc, ce décalage de 1 à 2 ans, je dirais que c'est normal, en tout cas, dans la méthodologie actuelle de nos pays, quel que soit le secteur. Et un élément important aussi, on a parlé aussi de stratégie, des études, qu'est-ce qui est important. Les études, effectivement, on est effectivement dans un paradigme où il faut plus d'infrastructures que de soft. On est tous convaincus pour cela. C'est pour ça d'ailleurs que dans la stratégie, dans le plan stratégique de ECREEE 2023-2027, il y a 2 importants outils qui est la facilité pour les énergies renouvelables et l'efficacité énergétique de la CEDEAO, qui est appelée EREF, ECOWAS Renewable Energy Efficiency Facility, qui est porté par la BDC avec un fonds de 100 millions qui va démarrer l'année prochaine pour avoir un instrument pour financer facilement des projets de la région soumis par des promoteurs privés ou par le public. Ça, c'est donc ça, c'est important. On veut vraiment des projets structurés avec un outil innovant, rapide à financer, puisque vous savez que les systèmes traditionnels actuellement qu'on a, vous pouvez mettre 3 à 5 ans pour mobiliser un financement, quand tout se passe bien. Et nous avons aussi un autre instrument que nous allons développer aussi. Je pense que ça aussi, ça sera disponible cette année et l'année prochaine. C'est le Master Plan Énergie renouvelable et efficacité énergétique, où on va définir des projets structurants prioritaires dans les pays membres avec un état d'avancement important et on va les accompagner pour la mobilisation de ressources pour que ce soit des infrastructures dans les pays avec des infrastructures importantes, de grande taille ou en grand volume. Quand on parle de mini-grid, de fois on fait un mini-grid, 2 mini-grids, non. Mais là, on veut faire 100, 200, 300 mini-grids ou bien des grosses infrastructures. Donc, on est vraiment orienté sur là. Et ceci dit, dans le domaine de l'efficacité énergétique, il y a quand même un gros problème de manque de data. Donc, cette étude-là, elle est importante parce que vous ne pouvez pas avoir des infrastructures, des planifications intéressantes, en tout cas qui peuvent générer quelque chose d'intéressant si vous n'avez pas une base, si vous n'avez pas de données. Donc ça, c'est important. Et vous savez que l'efficacité énergétique, ça reste le parent pauvre. Deux fois, on nous demande pourquoi on met de l'accent sur l'efficacité énergétique alors qu'il y a des problèmes d'accès. Effectivement, tant qu'on ne va pas résoudre le problème d'efficacité énergétique, on ne va jamais atteindre l'accès universel. Comment voulez-vous que 50%, 30 à 50% de l'énergie produite soit perdue et qu'on ne fait rien et qu'on continue à investir des milliards dans de la production, dans du transport, de la distribution, tout en sachant que sur 1 milliard, on perd 300 à 500 millions parce que simplement, on n'a pas pris de mesures d'efficacité énergétique. Je dirais même que c'est très grave ce qu'on continue à faire. Donc, tous les pays qui ont évolué, en particulier les pays du Nord, ils donnent plus d'importance à l'efficacité énergétique à tous. C'est ce qui fait l'efficience d'un pays, d'une économie. C'est la manière dont vous utilisez l'énergie. Si pour 1 franc d'énergie, vous générez 1 franc et l'autre, pour 1 franc d'énergie, il génère 100 francs, comment voulez-vous être compétitif? Donc, c'est pour ça qu'il faut que dans tous les programmes, il y ait des investissements aussi dans les efficacités énergétiques, comme il y a des investissements dans les énergies renouvelables. S'il y avait que le 10e des investissements faits dans les énergies renouvelables qui étaient injectés dans l'efficacité énergétique, on serait à un niveau d'accès beaucoup plus important que nous le sommes aujourd'hui. Il y a aussi à remarquer qu'il n'y a pas d'opposition entre les énergies renouvelables et d'autres sources d'énergie en termes de production. Si vous regardez bien, la plupart de nos politiques dans nos pays sont en termes de pourcentage d'énergie renouvelable. En d'autres termes, si un pays augmente ses capacités thermiques, ça veut dire que les énergies renouvelables aussi doivent augmenter. Donc, il n'y a pas d'opposition, il faut tout. C'est pour ça d'ailleurs qu'on parle de mix énergétique. Il faut une base, il faut du thermique, et en l'occurrence le gaz, par exemple, qui est une énergie de transition. Par exemple, j'étais au Sénégal hier, et ils ont pris une option d'utiliser beaucoup de gaz, mais en parallèle, ça leur donne beaucoup plus d'ambition en énergie renouvelable, puisqu'ils sont actuellement à 30% d'énergie renouvelable sur une capacité thermique. Là, ils vont augmenter les capacités thermiques de manière importante et ils projettent 40% d'énergie renouvelable. Donc, ça veut dire qu'ils ont 2 défis. Et donc, ça veut dire qu'il y aura encore un très grand fort développement des énergies renouvelables, en même temps qu'il y a la production avec le gaz sûrement. Mais tout ça, ça vise l'accès universel à l'électricité. Ils sont déjà pratiquement à 80%. Donc, ça veut dire qu'il faut tout mettre ensemble. Il faut le mix, il faut les énergies renouvelables et il faut l'efficacité énergétique. Et tout est prioritaire. Et pour revenir au nucléaire, la politique révisée de la CEDEAO, qui a été révisée en 2023, la précédente datait de 2041, elle inscrit bien le nucléaire comme une option à l'horizon 2050. Donc, ce n'est pas exclu, et il y a même des pays qui sont dans cette démarche-là depuis même très longtemps, comme des pays comme le Ghana qui ont des institutions nationales qui y travaillent depuis très longtemps. Mais comme vous savez, c'est l'énergie qui nécessite une grande capacité de maîtrise et une formation et qui met du temps à se déployer, mais c'est une dynamique qui est entreprise. Donc, il n'y a pas d'opposition. Tout va dans le sens de l'accès universel. Et comme quelqu'un aussi le disait, on a un bilan énergétique à plus de 50% de biomasse énergie. Bon, quand on regarde ça, on sait que vous ne pouvez pas vous développer. Vous ne pouvez pas utiliser du bois pour vous développer. Et donc, effectivement, ça nous donne l'image aussi de comment on doit transformer les économies pour passer d'une économie traditionnelle, comme l'énergie traditionnelle, à une économie qui peut être compétitive avec la part de l'industrie qui augmente. On ne peut pas avoir cette part d'industrie et puis espérer dire qu'on fait du développement industriel. Mais c'est parce qu'il y a des études comme ça qu'on a une bonne représentation et on sait qu'on doit faire des efforts dans certains domaines pour que ce bilan énergétique-là, peut-être dans 20 ans, on verra peut-être que la biomasse n'est plus à 50%, mais peut-être qu'elle est retombée à 30% ou 20%. Et voilà, c'est ça. Mais un élément aussi, si on devrait retenir un des indicateurs les plus importants, je pourrais dire par exemple le taux d'accès à la cuisson propre. Ça, c'est pertinent. Et ça, tout de suite, on sait comment vous classer. Le taux d'accès à la cuisson propre, qui est actuellement de 20%, je parle de la région, sauf pour le cas vert qui a un niveau autour de 90%, ça donne comment, enfin, avec ce seul indicateur, on peut en tout cas vous classer. Et donc, ça, par exemple, c'est des indicateurs pertinents sur lesquels il faut travailler. Fort heureusement, il y a un grand projet Clean Cooking qui va commencer et qu'on va lancer cette année, qui va essayer d'adresser certains volets. Ça ne pourra pas tout régler, mais ça va permettre d'améliorer les informations. Et ce qu'on n'a pas dit aussi, c'est que en plus de tous ces outils, ce rapport, il y a le rapport annuel sur les progrès des énergies renouvelables et l'efficacité de la CEDEAO, qui est produit chaque année par ECREEE et qui est disponible sur notre site Internet. C'est vrai que la dernière version disponible sur le site, c'est la version de 2022. Mais la version de 2023, elle est prête. Elle sera publiée, je pense, d'ici le mois prochain sur le site Internet. S'il y a des indicateurs, peut-être aussi qu'on pourrait ajouter. Effectivement, on manque de critères sur des questions d'inclusivité, de genre, de personnes handicapées, d'accès à l'énergie. Effectivement, ça, c'est des éléments qu'on a effectivement en idée, mais qu'on doit formaliser et les mettre comme des indicateurs qu'il faut pouvoir adresser et voir comment on mène des actions concrètes pour améliorer cela. Donc, nous sommes tout à fait en phase avec cela. Donc, c'était pour partager avec vous quelques éléments d'information, mais aussi quelques compléments. Et concernant les pertes d'électricité, nous avons fait référence au rapport qui a été fait par le WAP en coordination avec les utilities, les sociétés nationales d'électricité des pays membres. Donc, je pense qu'en la matière, on pourra partager avec monsieur qui a demandé le rapport en question. C'est un rapport vraiment qui a été fait directement avec des données fournies par les sociétés d'électricité. Voilà, nous, on n'a pas fait un nouveau travail parce qu'on ne fera pas mieux que ce que le WAP et les sociétés d'électricité ont fait sur le sujet. Effectivement, ça date de 2022. C'est assez détaillé. Le rapport peut être partagé avec vous et on pourra aller plus loin sur les indicateurs parce qu'effectivement, en la matière, il faut être prudent, les pertes techniques, les pertes non techniques, la partie transport, la partie distribution et même et quels sont les taux acceptables? La politique d'efficacité énergétique de la CEDEAO fixe un taux à l'horizon 2020. Bien sûr, on est loin de ce taux. Il y a des disparités entre des pays. Il y a des pays où on est à près de 50% de pertes, comme il y a des pays où on est redescendu à des niveaux, j'allais dire, acceptables autour de 20 ou même en deçà. Ceci dit, c'est un challenge aussi et c'est très technique et si le sujet vous intéresse, vous pourrez contacter nos équipes pour aller plus loin sur ce volet-là. Je vais m'en arrêter là et merci pour votre écoute.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur le directeur exécutif de ECREEE. Vraiment, l'ensemble des questions pour cette première partie a été répondu, mais il reste toujours une question et j'aimerais vraiment avoir l'avis de monsieur Samson. C'est quand on voit qu'une grande consommation, 60%, c'est le secteur résidentiel et en comparaison aux pays développés où on est autour de 20%, quelle est la leçon, quelle leçon à tirer? Parce que aussi il y a des tendances qui disent que on est en train de promouvoir l'accès à l'énergie, mais il faut plutôt promouvoir aussi plus l'accès à l'énergie productive que l'accès à l'énergie tout court. Monsieur Samson, je peux avoir votre avis.
Thank you very much. I think this thing is clear because when we are in a developing country, you have a lot of industry, you have a big train, you have a lot of a lot of industry, and then big in the transport sector also you have those trains, those tramway, and highway. So those are a big consumer of electricity. Now we have artificial intelligence also. You have a big server who will consume a lot of electricity. But actually, when it comes to African countries, we will not find those. Of course, we have some industry, but we cannot compare ourselves with a developed country. So the electricity here, most of the time, is for the household. It's for household consumption. That's why it's clear that for us here, most of the electricity is in the residential sector because we don't have a lot of industry to consume a lot of electricity when you compare to the developed country. So I think that's what I can say. Thank you very much.
Beaucoup, nous sommes vraiment en train de déborder, mais nous allons permettre encore 2 interventions lors de cette seconde vague et nous allons prendre les questions de M. Doméi et après l'intervention de M. Dakité. Vraiment, pour les autres participants, merci de nous excuser, mais vous êtes libres de continuer les informations, les échanges avec les panélistes et les équipes de ECREEE et de AFREC se feront le plaisir de les adresser. Monsieur Doméi, please, the floor is yours.
Merci, M. Kaboré. Bonjour à tout le monde. J'espère que je me fais entendre. C'est bon?
Très bien, très bien.
OK, merci beaucoup. Donc, félicitations à ECREEE ainsi qu'à AFREC pour la production de ce rapport-là qui donne l'état des lieux du développement de l'efficacité énergétique dans la sous-région. Moi, mon intervention, c'est un peu par rapport à la consommation de la biomasse qui est assez importante dans le bilan énergétique. Et lors des résultats, on a vu que le Cap-Vert et puis un certain nombre de pays sont un peu plus en avance en matière de transformation de tout ce qui est énergie de cuisson. Donc, ma question, c'est de voir quelles ont été les politiques qui ont été mises en œuvre dans ces pays-là et qui ont permis de pouvoir transformer la consommation de l'énergie domestique pour que les autres pays qui ne sont pas encore dans la démarche puissent également rentrer en cela. Et puis, peut-être le directeur l'a dit qu'il y a comme une initiative qui va être lancée très bientôt sur le clean cooking. Donc, s'il y a peut-être des informations un peu plus détaillées à fournir sur ce projet-là, ce serait bien également. Merci à tous et félicitations une fois encore.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Diakité, pour cette question. Maintenant, Monsieur Bangali Diakité, s'il vous plaît.
OK.
La parole est à vous.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Bonjour, Monsieur Diakité.
Vous allez bien?
Très bien.
OK. Je suis de la Guinée-Conakry. Je suis avec intérêt vos interventions. Bon, je me reprends par rapport aux pertes. La réponse, je ne suis pas tout à fait satisfait parce que les pertes techniques, c'est les pertes de transport et de distribution. Maintenant, les points de livraison, tels que les sous-stations, les consommations des auxiliaires, est-ce que ces consommations des auxiliaires et les consommations des auxiliaires des centrales ont été prises en compte pendant lors du calcul des pertes techniques. Maintenant, concernant l'efficacité énergétique, la maîtrise de la consommation par les clients. Vous savez, pour que l'efficacité énergétique soit maîtrisée, diminue, augmente plutôt, il faut regarder toute la chaîne du segment production au segment commercialisation. Donc, les mix énergétiques, donc il faut que là, nous ayons les sources renouvelables. C'est-à-dire il faut réduire beaucoup de sources fossiles. Donc, si le problème n'est pas résolu en amont, il ne peut pas être résolu sera très difficile de résoudre le problème en aval. C'est-à-dire, je vais parler des consommateurs, des clients, hein, n'est-ce pas, qui ont des appareils qui ne sont pas dans les normes. Et il n'y a pas de politique. Est-ce qu'il y a une politique régionale, n'est-ce pas, qui impose aux États membres de normaliser, n'est-ce pas, les appareils qui doivent être utilisés dans nos ménages. Donc, ça, c'est mes deux soucis que je voulais, n'est-ce pas, évoquer. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Diakité. Exceptionnellement, on va prendre l'intervention de Madame Elisabeth Pina. Madame Elisabeth Pina, s'il vous plaît. OK, bon, d'accord. Bon, du coup, je vais permettre aux panélistes de répondre à ces séries de questions avant de conclure le chat. Oui.
Monsieur Madi, si vous le permettez, j'avais vu Monsieur Maofemo Moudjine, le premier responsable de l'efficacité énergétique à ECREEE, qui avait levé la main. Je ne sais pas s'il est toujours là, vous allez lui redonner peut-être la parole.
OK.
Merci. Je pense qu'il a levé encore la main.
OK,
Merci
Monsieur Modjinou, docteur Modjinou.
Oui, merci beaucoup. Je vous remercie tous pour l'opportunité de répondre aussi à certaines de ces questions. Donc, sur la question de notre collègue de la Guinée, j'ai bien noté que c'est important que les données prennent en compte la partie de perte niveau production et transport. Au fait, l'approche au niveau des pays, comme le directeur exécutif l'a précisé, nous prenons les données chez les pays. Nous travaillons avec les États membres pour consolider les données et préparer le rapport. Donc, normalement, leur méthode le plus simple, c'est à se focaliser sur les pertes de distribution. Déjà, le transport, on sait que ce n'est pas grand-chose. Normalement, ça peut aller jusqu'à 3%, 4% de perte. Niveau production, là, si le central a des problèmes, c'est les approches de retrofitting qui sont normalement adoptées, ou bien remplacement complet du central. Voilà. Mais c'est rarement le cas. Donc, en regardant les pertes au niveau des pays, c'est la distribution qui est le problème. Le niveau de perte sur la distribution est normalement très, très, très énorme. Donc, il faut qu'on attaque cette partie premièrement et assurer que, comme notre politique d'efficacité énergétique l'a dit, d'assurer à ce que nous réduisions cette perte au niveau mondial qui est normalement entre 12 et 10%. Donc, c'est l'idée. Donc, leurs données, comment eux, ils ont collecté ces données? Eux, ils font l'analyse très simple, l'analyse de l'électricité qui est rentrée dans leur système, côté distribution, combien a été fourni. Ils ont des systèmes de mesure, combien est rentré et puis combien a été collecté comme revenu. Donc, sur la base de ces analyses et des calculs simples comme ça, ils ont des valeurs comme perte. Donc, c'est là, nous, on se focalise. On prend ces données de ces sociétés et on avance. Donc, comme je l'ai dit, je pense que les autres pertes ne sont pas de grandes valeurs ou bien les pertes auxiliaires et les pertes de transport, ce sont les choses qui peuvent se gérer après. Donc, c'est ma question à votre souci ou bien la première réponse. C'est que si les pertes de distribution, c'est entre 25, dans certains pays, on est presque à 40% de pertes de distribution. C'est là où on doit se focaliser. Donc, le rapport prend ces données de pertes de distribution et n'a pas, ça n'inclut pas les pertes, les autres pertes, comme vous l'avez soulevé. La deuxième question, c'est, j'ai noté de mon côté quelles sont les mesures que les autres pays qui sont un peu mieux placés ou bien qui ont eu de succès en efficacité énergétique, qu'est-ce qu'ils ont fait pour que les autres pays membres puissent prendre ou bien peut apprendre de ce leçon. Je vais changer en anglais. For this particular one, a lot of efforts are being done by these countries. For example, if you look at some countries, you might see Côte d'Ivoire, you might see Senegal is doing well, you might see Ghana is doing well, and others. No, they are not all at the same level. There are various actions that have been taken by this country. For example, if you go to Ghana, number one, we have appliances, domestic appliances that are high intensive energy consumption appliances. How are they dealing with it? Premièrement, first, they ban the importation of these appliances. Okay? C'est interdit de l'amener dans le pays. Si vous avez des conteneurs qui veulent rentrer dans le pays avec ces équipements de deuxième main ou bien quoi, it's automatically stop at the ports. You know, your goods, including this, will be confiscated. You could be arrested. Ça, c'est le premier cas. Donc, il y a des cadres qui ont été mis en place pour interdire l'importation de ces équipements qui ne sont pas efficaces. Now, the second thing they have done is that they went onto the markets. To go to the markets and then ensure complete arrestation and ban of the sale on markets. So, premièrement, les portes d'entrée. Deuxièmement, sur le marché, c'est interdit. Et les gens même sont arrêtés pour aller aux prisons. So those are the things. The third one is they have standards. Il y a des standards qui ont été adoptés niveau pays pour assurer que tous les équipements qui sont sur le marché sont labellés. La labellisation est claire et des informations de sensibilisation qui sont partout dans le pays, dans ces pays, qui dit, par exemple au Ghana, leur motto était quoi? Their motto is simply, no label, no good. You know? Quand un client veut aller acheter un équipement, ça veut dire, s'il n'y a pas de label, ce n'est pas bon, il ne faut pas l'acheter. Et il y a des labelling avec des étoiles indicatives qui te disent combien tu vas consommer, combien tu vas sauver dans l'année. Donc, c'est ces efforts qui ont été menés par les institutions qui ont été premièrement établies, qui ont assuré à ce que ces pays-là sont un peu en avant que les autres. Donc, premièrement, il faut avoir une institution dédiée, il faut avoir un programme, soit un programme d'investissement et d'implémentation de tous les cadres exigeants et toutes ces choses-là doivent être mises en place. C'est ce que certains pays qui sont en arrière sont en train maintenant de faire. Donc, brièvement, c'est ce que je peux partager sur ce point. Aujourd'hui, si vous allez dans ces pays, même les ventilos, on les labelé aujourd'hui, tous les micro-ondes, les TV, les télévisions, toutes les choses là sont à ce niveau de high performance. Donc, c'est ce qu'ils ont fait pour réduire leur perte domestique et tout ce qui est perte au niveau des consommateurs. Je vous remercie et je m'arrête ici. S'il y a d'autres questions, je peux aller. Merci.
Thank you so much, Dr. Maufemo, and thank you for addressing the remaining question. I don't know, among the panelists, if you have something to add.
Mr. Kabore,
Yes.
just quickly, doctor has gone really in depth in explaining, especially the issue of Cabo Verde. But I just want to add a few points about the inclusive approach that Cabo Verde has done, especially in terms of clean cooking initiative. Cabo Verde has promoted a participatory process where local stoves are designed and in partnership with local beneficiaries. And this has gone a long way to ensure uptake of cultural uptake of the market. Now, it's just to note that Cabo Verde, at the first level, they established a set of overreaching vision, which they looked at 100% access to electricity and clean cooking solutions. So this is the first level. They took a drastic action. And then secondly, they turned this action into this policy into an action plan with all stakeholders involved, and which include especially the local production companies. And also in terms of governance, I know Cabo Verde has established, should I call it a multi-sectoral coordination structure, like a monitoring committee, which includes representing key stakeholders from various sectors to provide sort of like a consultative oversight and strategic governance. So I just wanted to add this, especially for the case of Cabo Verde, when you're looking at universal access to clean cooking. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jafarou Abdourahman. Merci beaucoup. Maintenant, nous allons conclure ce webinaire avec la permission des responsables de ECREEE et de AFREC. Donc, avant de leur passer la parole pour leur allocution, je tiens à remercier sincèrement l'ensemble des participants et des intervenants pour leur contribution. Des contributions et réflexions qui ont grandement enrichi cette session. Je rappelle que nous avons atteint un pic de 212 participants, ce qui témoigne de votre intérêt pour ce rapport. Maintenant, la parole est à Monsieur le directeur exécutif de ECREEE, Monsieur Jean-Francis Semporé.
OK. Merci, monsieur le modérateur. Thanks all. Nous sommes au terme de ce webinaire qui a connu une forte audience. Donc, juste dire aussi que ce webinaire aussi est aligné avec deux initiatives que nous sommes en train que nous allons lancer bientôt. Il y a RECAWA, il y a une question qui a été posée. RECAWA sera lancé officiellement en octobre. Donc, après le lancement officiel, nous pourrons partager avec vous de la documentation plus détaillée sur le projet Regional Clean Cooking Action in West Africa. Nous avons aussi, pendant qu'on parle de nom, on a l'initiative ELA, avec UNIDO qui a été lancé lors de ESF l'année dernière. Et le mois prochain, tous les points focaux nationaux et là vont discuter à Banjul sur l'état d'avancement de ce projet justement qui vise à ce que tous les pays adoptent des normes d'efficacité énergétique sur les appareillages et l'éclairage. Donc, je vais conclure en remerciant tous ceux qui ont consacré du temps à cette activité. Nous avons apprécié votre participation, mais nous avons apprécié surtout vos inputs, vos observations que nous allons prendre en charge dans le cadre du processus d'amélioration de tout ce que nous faisons. Et nous vous invitons les 18 et les 19 septembre prochains à Banjul pour célébrer l'énergie durable au cours de la 10e édition du Forum sur l'énergie durable de la CEDEAO. Je vous remercie et bonne fin de journée.
Nous attendons votre lettre d'invitation.
Oui, j'avoue qu'il y a eu un petit problème de lettre d'invitation. L'information est passée. On sait que tout le monde a eu l'information, mais l'officialisation va intervenir d'ici demain. Pour ceux qui n'ont pas eu l'invitation officielle. C'est dans le circuit.
Personnellement, j'attends.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur le directeur exécutif. Peut-être un mot du côté de l'AFREC. Je ne sais pas si...
Thank you very much. And I would also to thank really also ECREEE on behalf of the Executive Director of AFREC, African Energy Commission, Mr. Rashid Ali Abdallah. We really want to thank ECREEE for this good collaboration. And then we achieve a lot for this first edition of the report. This report shows us clearly that when we put our hands together, we can achieve a lot. So from AFREC side, we are ready to cooperate again with ECREEE to produce a second edition of the report because we don't want to produce one edition and then we not have any follow-up anymore. So we really want to produce, we are available to work with ECREEE to produce a second edition of the report and to improve because of course we have some limitation there. So we want to improve. So that's what I want to mention. So on behalf of Mr. Rashid Ali Abdallah, the Executive Director of AFREC, I really want to thank all the participants for being attending this webinar for almost 2.5 hours. And then we have almost more than 160 persons who are still connected and listen to us. I think this shows the interest of energy efficiency for this continent. And then I think when we listen and then we say the loss is around 40%, as mentioned by Director of ECREEE. If you are producing, and then 40% we are losing, I think there is no need to say to increase the production, but to use efficient way with production. That's where I think energy efficiency is very important because when you talk about energy efficiency, people always say no. Let's have access to electricity first, then we talk about energy efficiency later. But I think this statement is the wrong statement because if you look at what we are losing in this continent in terms of energy, electricity, I think for me, we need to look at also the energy efficiency. So that's come to the end from our end, from AFREC side. So I want to give a floor back to the moderator. Please, moderator, you have the floor.
Merci beaucoup, M. Samson. Chers participants, chers panélistes, sur ce, je vous souhaite un très bon après-midi et à bientôt dans le cadre d'autres webinaires. Merci, bonne soirée, bon après-midi.
Ok, merci à vous, bon après-midi.
Oui, merci.